Alright, so here's the deal. We all thought this was gonna be like a clean 3 points for the USMN, right? A chance to, rest some players, maybe give some minutes to guys who haven't been getting a lot of playing time. But no, not so fast because this is the Gold Cup and anything can happen. And Guatemala had other plans. They came out with a game plan and they stuck to it. This is immediately following the goal. They came out with a game plan. You can throw out the rankings and you can throw out the favorites because every match has been a dogfight. And that's why this tournament is so exciting. Anything can happen and the U.S. is not invincible. They stuck to it for the most part. They put pressure on the U.S. in the midfield, forced them to make some mistakes and nearly pulled off a major upset. But in the end, the U.S. held on. It was not pretty. This was not the type of performance that is going to give them a lot of confidence heading into that final against Mexico. Take a look at the body language here of some of these U.S. players. They've got their heads down. They're not saying anything. They look defeated. The U.S. is still up 2-1. They've got a few players on the ground. They're trying to hold on, and the crowd is roaring. They want this match to end, but they're also nervous because they know that their team isn't playing well. The U.S. survived this match, but they weren't the same after that goal. And that's a major concern heading into the final. Meanwhile, you've got the Guatemalan players celebrating like crazy because they know they've got a chance in this match. They've got a lot of offensive weapons and they're going to come out and attack. And if the U.S. can't fix those defensive lapses, then Olger Escobar won't be the only one making headlines. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. What did you think of the USMNT's performance in this one? I'll see you in the next one. They gain some confidence, start pressing a little bit more, and force a couple of turnovers in the midfield. All of a sudden, the back line of the U.S. starts to get shaky. And guess what? It almost paid off big time. Let me rewind it back here. This is the moment that everybody has been talking about. Olger Escobar with a beautiful strike from outside the box. He did what he had to do when he had the opportunity, and the U.S. men's national team should have never let this happen. And let's go ahead and take another look at it here. You see the ball played into him. He gets it with his chest. He looks up, takes a touch, and lets one fly. There was nothing that Walker Zimmerman or anyone else on the U.S. backline could do to stop this goal. It was absolutely clinical. And don't get me wrong, the U.S. dominated possession in this match. They had 68% of the ball. They had 19 shots to Guatemala's 4. Now, those are not bad numbers, right? But you have to be able to put the ball in the back of the net. And the U.S. struggled to do that against a team that sat back and defended for most of this match. Now, yes, they got 3 points, and yes, they move on to the final where they'll face Mexico. But this was not the performance that they wanted, that they needed heading into that match. And let me show you something. Take a look at the timeline here. The goal came in the 79th minute. So this was a match that the U.S. had in control. They were up 2-0, and then, boom, out of nowhere, Guatemala makes a run, scores a goal, and suddenly the momentum has shifted in this match. The fans in the stadium, they could feel it. The players on the field, they could feel it. This was a wake-up call for the Yanks. They nearly cracked under pressure. Now, let's go ahead and pick it up here. And again, credit to Guatemala. Now, if there's one thing we've learned about this year's Gold Cup, it's that you can throw out the records, and I think that was the biggest message from this match. Let's go ahead and pick it up here. This is late in the match. Mexico is a good team.